My name is John Ferrell. I'm the principal at New Albany High School. Just want to remind you, each Tuesday and Thursday from 9:30 to 10 o'clock here on WTVA, New Albany School District is going to be providing you tips and strategies, things in education. Today we have for you Miss Alison Moore, who is a speech teacher at our Career and Technical Center here at New Albany School District. She is going to be providing some public speaking strategies and tips for you. After that, we have Mr. Nathan Young, who is a PE teacher at New Albany Elementary School, and he is going to be providing some PE activities for you and your family to do together and enjoy together as you're at home during this quarantine time. I would also like to remind you that Mr. Robert Garrett will be providing a tech tip later in the broadcast. I would like to say how extremely proud I am of our school district and our teachers in the school district, as we have been doing virtual school for almost a month. I'm very proud of our community and the community that we serve and the parents and students that we serve, and how our community has come together during this time we've had to all be quarantined to continue our educational process. So once again, thank you for joining us today and hope you enjoy it.
Hey, my name is Nathan Young. I'm the physical education teacher at New Albany Elementary School. Thank you for joining me today. We're going to do a 10-minute workout. I'm going to have a timer on the screen and tell you what we're doing. I do want to go through the workouts real quick, and so I can explain those so you can know whenever we get to them. We're going to do 3 rounds of jump ropes and butt kicks. Let me show you what jump rope. It's just like you have an imaginary jump rope. If you have a real jump rope, feel free to use that. Okay, so that's jump rope. And then we're going to go into butt kicks. That's where you want your heels as high as possible, trying to hit your rump there. Okay, the next one. The next round that we'll go into will be jumping jacks. As your arms go up, your feet go out. So these are jumping jacks. Very good. And then we're going to go into burpees. Burpees are 4-step. Let me show you what those are. The first step is to go down to your hands. The second step is to go back. Third step is to bring your feet back under you. And fourth step is to jump. That's a burpee. The next workout that we'll do is push-ups. Okay? Most of us know how to do push-ups. If you can't do regular push-ups, you can go down to your knees, but make sure you still have weight on the front of your arms. Okay? So those are knee push-ups. And then we're going to go into something called plank, where you're on your elbows, your knees are off the ground, and you're trying to keep your body as level as possible. Okay? We're going to do this Tabata style. What that means is, for the amount of work we do, we're going to have half the time of rest. So we'll have 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. I really want to encourage you to be involved with this today. It's strongly encouraged that students get up to 60 minutes of active time a day. And it's also strongly encouraged that adults get up to 30 minutes of active time a day. So it's very important for us to get up and get active. So I want to encourage you, if you're able, let's get up and let's get moving today. All right, so we're going to start off today by walking in place. If you want to jog in place, you can do that. This is just to get our heart rates up, get us going, get our bodies warmed up. Just jog in place. If you need to walk in place, you can do that as well. We're going to go straight into jump rope. That'll be the first thing. Then we'll have a break and into butt kicks. Good job. Just a warm up. All right, jump rope. Good. Make sure your feet are leaving the ground. A jump is described as both feet leaving the ground and both feet landing. Alright, if you just want to walk in place during our breaks, or kind of march in place, that'll just keep us going. We're going to go into butt kicks next. Alright, butt kicks. If you can go with the beat, go with the beat. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Good. All right, walk in place. We're going to repeat those 2 for 2 more times, 2 more rounds. Jump rope and butt kicks. Very good. All right, here we go. Jump rope. Good. 1, 2, 1, 2. You don't have to stay on beat, but if you can, that's great too. All right. Marching in place, and then we're going into butt kicks. water at any point, please feel free to do so. Alright, good. One more round of jump rope and butt kicks. Good job. Keep it up. Jump rope. Good. Get up and get active. Here we go. Good. Keep it up. Woo. Good. Going into butt kicks for the last time. And here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Good. Good job. All right. Next, we're going into jumping jacks and burpees. Remember, jumping jacks, our arms go out and our feet go out at the same time. Here we go, jumping jacks. 1, 2, 1, 2. If you can stay on beat, you don't have to. Good. Keep it up. You're doing great. Woo, good. Watch in place. We're going into burpees. If you've ever done burpees, you know how difficult these can get. But here we go. Numbers 4 steps. Do them at your pace. Good. Keep it up. Down, back, under, jump. Woo, good job. All right, march in place. That's one round. We got 2 rounds to go. Jumping jacks and burpees. Good. Fantastic job. Here we go. Jumping jacks. 1, 2, 1, 2. Woo. Good. Good. Keep it up. Woo. Don't forget to get water if you need it. Going into burpees next. Good job. Here we go. Down, back, under, jump. Good. See how many you can do. Keep it up. All right, we're over halfway done now. Y'all are doing great. Keep it up. If you're not out of breath, you should be. We're at that point. Here we go, jumping jacks. Woo! Good. Woo! Good job. Last time for burpees, and then we're on our last round. Good job. Here we go. Burpees. Good. Keep it up. One more. Woo. Good job. Next, we're going into push-ups and then the plank. Here we go. You're gonna go ahead and get down. Push-ups. Remember, if you need to do knee push-ups, you can make sure you've got weight on your arms. Still a great workout. Good job. Woo. Come back up. We're going straight back down to plank. Good. All right, back down to plank. Good job. Remember, your body's as level as possible. Knees off the ground. You don't want your butt high in the air either. Stay level as possible. Good job. Gotta hold it. Great job. Woo! Just kind of shake it out as we're walking. Going back down to push-ups. 3 seconds. Here we go. Back down to push-ups. Good. Woo, if you need a break, break. Get as many as you can. Woo. Shake it out, shake it out. Good job. I want to encourage you, you're doing great. Going into plank. Here we go, into plank. Hold it. Good job. Hold it. You may get a little shaky, but that's okay. That means you're working. Good. Good job. All right. One more set of push-ups, one more set of plank, and we are done. We're going to do a little cool down, marching in place. Here we go. Last round of push-ups. Here we go. How many can you get? Woo! I got 10. Gotta get one more. 2 more. Woo! Good job. All right, and then into plank. Thank you for pushing yourself. You only know how far you can go. Push yourself today, okay? Here we go, into plank. And hold it. Great job. It's our last one. Hold it all the way. Good job. I'm shaking a little bit. We're gonna make it through it. Good. Woo! All right, let's just kind of loosen our muscles. That was a good workout. We kind of march in place. Take a few deep breaths in your nose, out your mouth. Let's slow our heart rate down. Good. Great. Here we go. Good job. So our cool down. You did great today. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for doing it with me. I want to encourage you. There are a lot of resources out there that can get you involved and get you active. There's a lot on the internet. You can just simply go look up PE at home or things like that. If you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, you can. I post a video every day. It's usually about 10 minutes long. So you can do that. Just go to YouTube, type in Nathan Young, PE at home, and we'll be doing something like this every day. Thank you so much for being here. I want to encourage you to get outside, be active. You can go for a walk, go for a run, get on your bike. Just be active in some sort during this time. Thank you so much.
Hey, my name is Robert Garrett. I'm the Technology Director in the New Albany School District. I'm also the Math Curriculum Coordinator. I want to bring you today's technology tip. So many of you have been having to take video, and you can't show that video to the relatives, the loved ones, or even maybe if you're a preacher at a church, you can't get that video to your parishioners. And so what I want to do today is I want to show you how, if you take a video, how to put that video on YouTube. So let's jump right into it. All right, so on a laptop, it's really easy. It's easy on an iPhone as well, but I'm going to show you a laptop first. So the first thing you want to do is navigate to youtube.com. And when you get to youtube.com on your laptop, at the top right up here, there's a little camera. And for some devices, it may not be a camera, but it may say upload or something like that. So if you click on it and you choose upload a video, or you can also from there choose to go live. So when I click upload a video, I'm going to click right here where it says select a file. And I'm going to go find my file I want to upload. I know that this is the file right here that I want to upload. And then YouTube will immediately start uploading it. From there, I'm just going to enter all the information and click next, and it's live on YouTube. Very easy. Now, the second way to do it on your iPhone is to open the YouTube app, which you can download in the App Store. So I'm going to open the YouTube app, And I'm going to click on that same camera up here at the top right. And when I click it, I have three options. I can upload video, I can go live, or I can post. Well, I want to upload video, and I know that this right here is the video that I want to upload. And then all I would have to do is click next, give it a title. Now let me show you one tip that a lot of people don't know. On your privacy choices, you have three choices. First, you can make it public. When you make it public, it's open to the entire world. The second choice is unlisted. Unlisted is one of my favorite if you don't want the whole world to see it, but you don't want people to have a username or password. The way unlisted work is whoever you send the link to, those are the only people who can see the video. It's not public to the whole world. It's only public to who you send the link to. And finally is private. So private allows you to make it only viewable to the exact person you want to view it, and they'll have to log into their YouTube account. So that's it. I hope that helps you get YouTube videos posted to YouTube. And thanks for joining us for today's Tech Tip. Hope to see you every Tuesday and Thursday from 9:30 to 10.
Good morning. My name is Alison Moore, and I teach business, marketing, and public speaking for the New Albany School District. I'm excited to be here with you today to share. And I want to start out by just asking a question. What is the #1 fear of everybody just about in the world? When I ask this question to students, a lot of times they'll say snakes or heights, or they'll say death. And while those are at the top of the list, the #1 fear in the whole world is the fear of public speaking. Now, if you think about it, it really makes sense. When you are the public speaker, you are on display, both visually and vocally. And you're speaking to an audience of people who can potentially judge you or completely reject you. So while it is an understandable fear, it's also a fear that you have the ability to overcome. Today I'm going to share with you 5 tips to help you conquer this worldwide fear and capture the attention of your audience, no matter how large or small. The first tip I'm going to give you is extremely important, and it is to make eye contact with your audience. Now you think about it. During these times where we've been separated from people we love, people don't want to just talk on the phone or send a text. Grandparents want to see their grandchildren. Grandchildren want to see their grandparents. Kids want to see their friends. So we use things like FaceTime, and we have Zoom meetings, and we have Google Meets and things like that to help us make eye contact with people. So eye contact establishes relationships with people. It opens up a different channel of communication, allowing you to get deeper into a relationship with the people with whom you're speaking. So eye contact is extremely important. And also, as a side thing it does, if your audience knows you're going to be looking at them face to face, they're more likely to return that courtesy and look at you. And everybody wants to feel like people are listening to them. So it will help with that. And if you can make eye contact individually with people, that's even better. So depending on the size of your audience, or depending on the subject matter you're speaking of, it may allow you to make eye contact with individuals throughout your presentation, which just gives an added oomph to your presentation and allows you to make people feel important, which is always a good thing. The second tip I have for you is to master nonverbal behavior. Now I am going to spend a little bit more time on this one, and you'll see why by the time I get through talking about this tip. Nonverbal behavior is essentially anything that does not involve the actual words you say. So your appearance, what you're wearing, how you carry yourself, your facial expression, your vocal qualities, and most importantly, probably your body language and your hand gestures. Now, gestures are just that. They're things that you do with your hands and with your body to enhance your message. If you want to tell somebody okay and you can't say the words okay, you might do like this. If you want to wave at somebody and say hello, you can wave like this, and you don't have to say anything. Those are nonverbal gestures that allow people to get your message without you ever having to open your mouth. So we want to make sure that our gestures are big enough to where people can see them. If you're trapped behind the podium that comes to about right here, and you only gesture at your waist, it's going to be lost on your audience. You want to make sure that you gesture in a way that your audience can see what you're doing, because you are there for them, not for yourself. It can be very distracting if you over gesture or if the gestures look rehearsed or way too practiced. So you want to be sure that you are aware of what you're doing with your hands. Also avoid nervous gestures. For some reason in the classes I teach, students really like to do this and put their hair behind their ears, or they'll touch their face, or they'll grip the podium really hard. Those are nervous gestures that can go away with just a little practice. They can be very distracting. Now while we're talking about distractions, movement can be a huge distractor. So I want to give you a little bit of tip in saying move with purpose and don't pace. Moving with purpose is something like this. If I'm going to talk about a point, I'll move this way. And I'll begin to talk and I'll make eye contact with the people who are on this side of the room. When I finish that particular point, I may totally change the direction I'm going and walk to the other side and begin to speak to this group of people. I don't stay in any one place too long, and I make sure that I am still making eye contact with people across the room, but I have a purpose in my movement. I don't move just to move. While pacing gives you a completely different outlook. If you've ever been in a situation where someone was pacing, they would stop, they would go back and forth, and then they would go back and forth, and they would continue to do this through their entire speech. It gets a little bit annoying. If it hasn't annoyed you before, it probably will now that it's been drawn to your attention. So pacing has no purpose in a public speech. You want to make sure that you move with purpose and stop the pace. Another huge thing in the area of nonverbal communication is what you do with your facial expressions and how you enunciate things. The saying, it's not what you said, it's how you said it, is extremely true. There was a study done years ago, and then another study has been done since and found the same exact results. Only 7% of the impact of your message comes from the words you speak. That means the other 93% comes from the way you say it and what you look like when you're saying it. I have a couple of examples that'll be able to make this stand out to you a little bit more. When I was a teenager and my mother would ask me a question, I was a little bit irritated with her, and I would say, "What?" What in itself is not a bad word. When you say "what" like that to your mother, it becomes a problem. And her response would be, "It's not what you said, it's how you said it." I'm going to say one sentence in 3 or 4 different ways. I'm going to completely change the meaning of the sentence just by putting emphasis on different words. The sentence is, "I didn't say you stole the money." Simple enough. The meaning is, I didn't say you stole the money. But if I change the emphasis to another word and say, "I didn't say you stole the money," that means that I said somebody else stole the money. What if I say, "I didn't say you stole the money"? Well, you may not have stolen the money, but you stole the purse that the money was in. Or what if I say, "I didn't say you stole the money"? Maybe I said you misplaced the money. So I can change one simple word in the same sentence and it completely changes the meaning of it. Not what I said, but how I said it. Also, you want to make sure that your body language matches what your words are saying. Because if I ask one of my teenage children, "Hey, what's wrong with you today?" and this is the response I get, "Nothing." Well, the words that came out of their mouth were nothing. However, the meaning was everything, and you're the problem, mama. That's the meaning I get from their body language. So make sure you match your body language to what your words are saying, and your gestures match as well. So that's a very important tip. The third tip is to eliminate non-words. Now you need to know what a non-word is. A non-word can be anything you say repeatedly in a short period of time. Typically, people will say or like or you know. But if your word is chicken and you say chicken over and over and over in a short period of time, that becomes a non-word and it becomes very distracting to your audience. Now I have a very simple solution for you on how to stop saying non-words. The first is ask somebody what your non-words are, or record yourself and say, "Wow, I sure do say the word and a lot." And instead of using those, because non-words are typically just nervous problems that we have. We get nervous, we don't know what to say, so we say Instead of saying simply insert a pause. A pause is a brief hesitation that allows you to gather your thoughts and then move forward. So you simply want to pause, move over what would be the non-word, and continue on with what you're doing. You will become a much more confident public speaker, and your audience will thank you as well. The fourth tip is prepare and practice. People can always tell when people are not prepared. A football team doesn't go out to play on a Friday or Saturday night without preparing and practicing. The same is true for a public speaker. And if the football team does do that, it's very evident to the audience. So when you are deciding on what you're going to speak on and those type things, those are very important. But the most important thing you can do is to practice those things. Practice in front of other people. Read your information to yourself. And always, always make sure that what you say is the message that you want to convey to your audience. The fifth and final tip I have for you today is to record yourself. I know that sounds like the most terrifying thing to do. I don't like to hear recordings of myself either, but it is very beneficial. If you record yourself, you can see what you're missing, you can see maybe what you're doing wrong, and you can correct those things, take notes, record again, see if you have fixed those. If you don't have a recording device, you can always use a mirror. That will give you some insight into what you look like when you're giving this presentation. All of these tips put together can make you into a much more confident speaker. Most of the time when people give a presentation, it's not perfect, and that's okay. But people do typically want to do their very best. And by following these 5 tips I've given you today, you can become a more confident public speaker and help rid the world of this terrifying fear, one speaker at a time.
We hope that you've enjoyed all the information that New Albany School District has given you today. Just a reminder, each Tuesday and Thursday from 9:30 to 10 o'clock, we will be here on WTVA to provide you with different information and different things that we're doing in the district. We have a lot of things going on in our district. Specifically here right now, we've got choice sheets going, we've got packets for things and virtual learning. If you need any more information about what's going on in New Albany School District, please visit our website, or you may call the high school specifically for us at 662-534-1805. The district office phone number is 662-534-1800. Please call us with any information, any questions that you might have, and please have a good day. Thank you.